4 signs God is connecting you to a future spouse. These are 4 signs God is connecting you to a person as a future partner. Number 1. The feelings. First, you have to know this as a foundational knowledge that when God wants you to do something that is in line with His will and purpose, He will first work in you to make you live in line with that even without your knowledge. The words of the Lord written in Philippians 2:13 says, "Not in your own strength, for it is God who is all the while effectually at work in you, energizing and creating in you the power and desire, both to will and to work for His good pleasure and satisfaction and delight." The signs that God is connecting you with someone as a future spouse are seen in the feelings you have and share with someone. Sometimes feelings may be mutual and sometimes feelings may be personal, but there is always a certain desire that awaken in you that you may not be able to explain what is happening. You feel differently and safe with a person, a feeling that is different from the way you feel with others. God is bringing that person to you so that you both will have a great life together, because that is the person that He has prepared for you. When you have a special feeling for someone that you cannot explain, that ecstasy and joy, the sense of safety and the peace that you have within you whenever that person is around you is a sign that God is intentional about the person. When you have that feeling that is not common to other feelings you have, that emotion that you show towards that person that you do not have for another, is because they are very special. It is a sign that God has brought your guys together to become partners. Do you know there's a lot of people you meet daily as you carry out your daily activities? You have time with lots of people and you interact with different people every time, but it is not all that you are connected to. That feeling is special, and you do not feel that way for everyone around you. The special connection that happens within you is just for that person alone. You do not share that deep emotion for another. It is a sign that among all that you have met in your life, it is just this one person that God has brought to your life to connect you to become your spouse. Another sign within the feeling is that you will notice the way you feel for that person is also the same way that person is feeling for you. Number 2, when God tells you about it. God cannot do anything on earth without giving people information about it. And in the same way, God does not do anything in the life of anybody without a sign to show it. When God brings someone to your life for the purpose of love and marital bond, then you will know, because the person will always come in a different way and will represent something different to you. For you to know this person, one sign is when God speaks to you and tells you that He has brought this person to you for this same purpose. Of course, the words of the Lord have been tested and trustworthy because it can never fail you for any reason. God will speak to you about that person. God will tell you what to do and how to make that person the best gift for your life. This is one reliable sign that can never fail. You will know it for sure that those that have followed God over time have become more successful through the things that they have heard from God. And those things that God told them are the things they did, and His words came to them with conviction. When God has prepared someone for you, and He is trying to connect you with the person, you will always hear God tell you things about that person. Let us use the life of Jesus as a case here. It is written that after the baptism of Jesus Christ at the River Jordan, God spoke to the world directly with a word of confirmation that Jesus is the one that He has brought to them. Luke 9:35. Then there came a voice out of the cloud, saying, "This is my Son, my chosen one, or my beloved. Listen to and yield to and obey Him." Hearing such words from the Lord, you will know that whatsoever Jesus has to say or do with you will always be the will of God, because you heard from God that He is the one and you should obey Him. That is the same sign that God will give to you when He brings and connects you with someone to be your spouse. Have you heard from God about that person you are thinking is the person for you? What is the conviction you have in you that is giving you such confidence that you are with the person that God wants to give to you? If God speaks to you now, are you sure you are going to hear him and understand what he is saying to you? Or have you allowed your emotion to fill your heart and your mind that you may not know or understand the signs that God is speaking to you? Work with this sign. Make sure you reach this intimacy with God to always speak to you directly so that you will not get yourself into the wrong hands in life. God speaks through your dreams and the things he shows you. The dreams you have is also a means and a form of speaking to you. Many people have disregarded dreams that they were given to them by God, and their life has not changed ever since then. God can speak to you through events and occurrences, those things that are happening around you, those things that happen whenever you are with that person. There are many ways with which God speaks to you about his idea of that person. What matters is that you hear and understand properly. Number 3, the satisfaction. Nothing else will matter to you unless you see those things that you have always longed for in that person of your choice. You have to know that love starts from the physical into the unseen, not from the unseen into the physical, because that is why many may get it all wrong. You cannot be connected with someone that you have not seen. The connection and attraction is ignited when you see the person, and sometimes when you go further to interact with that person. Now, you want to know why you are always satisfied with this person. You are attracted to and at peace with that particular person. It is a sign that God is connecting you to that person so that you could build up affection to become partners in the future. Satisfaction is an emotional feeling that tends to accept the qualities, whatever is made up of and available in that person. Though some persons may not approve of that person, but you have seen some qualities that makes you insist on that particular person. This is God creating a place to bring that person closer and make the inner connection complete for you so that you will walk with that person easily without any friction. Number 4, when you always have common desires. When God is on a move, it is always a spectacular one because everything will work according to the way he wants it. When God wants to connect you with someone, he will make you have the same desires as that person, same likes, same passion, same interest, and the same sense of judgment. This is when people say a couple has compatibility. The things you like are the things that the other person likes, and everything about you is related to that person. You will have to know that those things are not coincidental. Rather, they are God's intention to connect you to that person for marital purpose. In situations like this, you do not have to allow yourself to be driven by the things you want. Rather, you give yourself to things that God wants for you. There will be distractions and some things to take your mind off the radar, but be outrightly focused on God and you will see how things will work out for you. In all you do, acknowledge and involve God to do all things for your good. Never lean on your own understanding. Rather, depend on God for everything. God will connect you with the right partner for you, one that will help you fulfill destiny, and he will make everything perfect for you.